Hello, my name is João Paulo Almeida, and I'm one of the assistant professors of neurosurgery at Mayo Clinic in Florida. And it's my pleasure to be here today with the Mission Brain podcast and to introduce to you our new skull-based laboratory. I'm a skull-based surgeon with focus in open and endoscopic skull-based approaches, and I am incredibly passionate about surgical anatomy and its applications in our microsurgery and endoscopic surgical procedures. And therefore, I'm a big believer that this new space will not only help our own team here, but to be able to revolutionize education in North America and all across the globe as well. The new skull-based lab at Mayo Clinic in Florida is a joint effort between the Department of ENT, Head and Neck Surgery, and Neurosurgery. The idea actually started with our ENT partners with the idea of developing a temporal bone lab. With our passion in skull-based surgery, once we moved to Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville 2 years ago, we were already interested in building up a skull-based lab. And then when the opportunities came up together, we matched our efforts. And then together, both departments came up with this beautiful project that will be focused on education, research and innovation, and of course, therefore, improvement in patient care. The idea of the lab is a simple one, is to allow our trainees and trainees from all across the globe to have access to a space where you can really become a better surgeon. And therefore, really not to learn on the patients. The point as a trainee, when you get to experience surgery, you really must be prepared. And there is no a better place rather than a skull-based lab to be prepared to tackle the most difficult challenges that we have, which are the skull-based tumors and the skull-based pathologies in general that both ENT and neurosurgeons face together. In this space, we're only going to be tackling not only open skull-based problems, but we're going to be able to tackle all the different types of problems and train people in every single one of those, including endoscopic, endonasal surgery, endoscopic ear surgery, and open microsurgery, as well as lateral skull-based procedures. Therefore, the idea of this project is one that should impact positively not only our institution, but all of those that will be coming here to experience this new center. This new skull-based lab is one of the most well-equipped centers in North America, and I would say in the planet. We are here with 11 stations for trainees, and each one of those stations contains one surgical microscope, one endoscope, one high-speed drill, one microshaver, one high-definition screen, and compatible with audiovisual systems so we can record the performance of the trainee in a longitudinal fashion over time. Additional to the 11 stations, we also have one master station with a higher level microscope, once again, endoscopes, audiovisual system, high-speed drill, so that we can teach people as we are undergoing and performing courses and also educational activities for our residents. That will allows us not only to do the usual anatomy training, but really to simulate both open and endoscopic skull-based procedures, and even more in the near future to share all of that in real time via electronic platforms online with trainees from all across the globe. So what we envision is that with this equipment that we can once again educate not only our own trainees that are physically here, but really to push forward education across the borders and beyond borders. The skull-based laboratory is located on the Stabile building on the 8th floor here at Mayo Clinic in Florida in Jacksonville. Here in this floor, we have a beautiful simulation center that already contains spaces for patient-related simulation, for biological tissue simulation, that is called the BSL lab, and learning centers where we can have didactic presentations. The skull-based lab is located in the corner, one of the corners of this 8th floor here, where we house the simulation center. Basically, the space is one that is integrated not only with our simulation center, but also, I gotta say, it's one of the beautiful and one of the most beautiful labs I've ever been in, because we have our beautiful, view of Florida, and actually we can see the beach right from here. So it's a fantastic place, and I believe that also not only for training, but also almost for a mindfulness exercise, so that we can also, relax as we practice our anatomy and our techniques. The skull-based lab will be a paramount, extremely important facility in the training program here at Mayo Clinic in Florida, both in neurosurgery as well as ENT surgery. In the realms of neurosurgery, which is the part of the team that I am part of, we have a program on skull-based education that takes place every month, once a month on a Monday. And basically, we bring the residents in the lab and we practice specific surgical approaches, both open and endoscopic. Additional to that, we perform a review of the anatomy that is related with that topic. And now we're starting to incorporate special guests that will be joining us for education in that setting. Additional to those training sessions, we also incorporating models where we can study as well the craniocervical junction and other parts of the spine, and also evaluating how we can incorporate surgical simulators within this training session as well. And of course, the residency training goes beyond the Monday sessions in skull base. We also have availability for residents that are interested in spending, 1 or even 2 years with us here. We are developing projects so that, trainees can come and spend this time during residency with us as well. The objectives of the lab, they incorporate not only surgical education, although certainly surgical education is one of the most important aspects of this facility. We envision that the 3 shields should be completely represented in this space, where we're going to be focusing on surgical education of the current and the future generations, aligned with development of research and innovation, including new surgical techniques, minimally invasive surgery, robotic surgery, implementation of AI, both for evaluation of surgical training as well as for development of new surgical techniques. And we truly believe that both factors combined, or both shields combined, invariably will lead to improvement on the third and most important shield, which is patient care. So when we get somebody that has an opportunity to train and become a better surgeon, and additional to that, to start to visualize what are the tools that we're missing or the techniques that we can improve, that is innovation by itself, and that will be translated into better care for our patients. The skull-based lab certainly is one that will benefit our own trainees here, so our residents and our fellows. And also, we do have plans to receive many trainees from within the United States and across the globe. Only for the next year, we have approximately 5 or 6 trainees that will be coming to specifically receive skull-based and microsurgical anatomy training here with us. And I'm talking about trainees, neurosurgeons or young neurosurgeons or chief residents that will be spending about 6 months with us at least. And therefore, we are planning to receive our own residents from across North America, residents from across the globe that would be allowed to spend at least 3 months with us, and as well as neurosurgeons that are interested in becoming fellows and research fellows in this space for training. The process of selection is one that is fluid. Basically, of course, it goes through curriculum vitae evaluation and letters of recommendation, and match compatibility analysis, where both us as mentors and guidance providers have to see the compatibility in terms of philosophy of the trainees that are interested in coming here. Because what we're really seeking is really trying to find as close as we get to perfection as possible in surgical anatomy, surgical art, on photography, and then of course in terms of surgical evaluation of performance and development of project. So it's a combination of a lot of hard work. It's a combination of understanding, the art of surgical anatomy. In addition to all of that, certainly, so we're going to be looking for people that can add to our, own quality. So we're going to be looking for, those that have, understanding of artificial intelligence, those that have a passion for development of simulations, those that have a passion for development of new instruments and techniques. And all of that will be taken into consideration. But our idea, once again, the primary idea is to help to educate surgeons. And therefore, our goal is not to make things difficult, but to really find those that will be the best candidates to share the word once going back home about how to improve patient care. So we really believe that we can be a center of education and multiplication of education across the globe. Our lab is one that is already a very robust center, with 12 stations, each one of them equipped with head holders, temporal bone holders, microscopes, endoscopes, high-speed drills, and a fantastic audiovisual system. I really think that we have all the equipment we need at this point. Really, I think that the next piece that we need is trainees. So for those of you who are listening to this and you're passionate about surgical anatomy and surgical technique. If you're an ENT surgeon, head and neck surgeon, a neurosurgeon, passionate about all of this, be in contact with us, and we're more than pleased to join you. And then for those that will not have a chance to be here physically with us, that is also the next expansion, is to be able to bring more lab into the centers that are not close to us, so that we can also educate those that maybe don't have the same opportunities as the ones that we have here right now. And that means talking with the planet, really talking with Latin America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Oceania, basically everywhere, as many centers as possible. And therefore, basically the message is that we are interested on you that is interested in surgical anatomy and surgical technique and passionate for this line of work.